Okay, I'm going to fly the drone at the window, but what I'm doing first is just making sure I have the link. There we go. So sorry about this. Also, right now the video is coming from the Samsung phone, but in a moment it will be coming from the drone. And although it looks a bit chunky and pixely from Samsung, I did some tests this morning and it actually looks quite good from the DJI. Okay, it's a little bit nerve-wracking because this is the very first time I've ever flown this drone out the window. So this is where we're going, and let's give it a go. So I got my little table here. You'll be able to see what I'm doing. Also, it's going to beep a lot at the beginning because the safety systems are going to say you're hitting the wall.
Take off.
Once we get out the window, everything is good. Hopefully. Shit. So, alright. So, there we go. What I'm going to do now is switch it to DJI. There we go. Excellent. Now I'm going to just really carefully disable the safety systems. Safety off. And it now should let me fly it out the window. And there's really not a lot of room in this window here, so you know, anything could go wrong. If it's going to be right now. Okay, we are safely out the window. I'm going to turn the safety back on now because there's a lot of wires in Kyiv. Maybe I can show you the wires. So I could brake. You can see the wires to the left there. I mean, there's two big wires, but there's actually 4 wires right in front of me, and between all of these buildings you can see there is wires. Okay, I'll turn this off.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
That's good. So the home point is going to be on the ground next to me. I need to tell this thing that if I lose reception, which is quite possible, to fly much higher than any of these tall buildings that you can see. I'm now agreeing to break the law. 500 meters is maximum, and I'm going to say I don't want this thing going more than about 1.8 kilometers. Okay, I think that's it. Now I'm going to just fly it and see what happens. I'm going to fly out here, get away from these wires. Okay, I'm in normal mode. You can see on the left, bottom left hand corner, it's 25 meters away from me. It says it's 14 meters high, but that's because I'm sitting in a 12 level building, or level 12 of a 15 level building. So the height is measured from where it takes off. I'm going to head straight towards that building. I have actually flown this drone in this location before, and I started to get a lot of interference around that building. So you can see already RC signal interference. Eventually we will lose reception, at which point I guess anything could happen, but hopefully what happens is it just decides to return back to here. I think I'll go to the left hand side of the building. So I might put this public, so for anyone who wants to know, we're in Kyiv, Ukraine, capital city of Ukraine. These are some of the tallest buildings in the city. Not the tallest, but pretty tall. So this little flat altitude exceeds 50 meters. and that I'm breaking the law, I just click on it and it goes. You can see the stripes as well on the right hand side of the screen. I'm going to get rid of those. There we go. So it's a bit blown out, a bit bright, but it's alright. So you can see now I'm 400 meters away, and we have very good reception, which is quite amazing, because around here last time is where I started to lose control. And there you go, just like that, signal interference. I'm going to check as well, just to be safe, because this is a bit freaky. Yeah, I have the obstacle detection on, which means, I mean, this is the cool thing about these drones. I'm 400 meters away. See the top left-hand corner is from the Samsung camera, so it's quite far from me now. 400 meters away. I should be able to fly it directly at this building. And eventually, okay, that one beep is a good thing. Okay, you can see the reflection of it, but I'm not sure. You know what? I'm not going to do this. Maybe it's the glass, I don't know, but I'm pretty close to that building and I don't feel like losing my drone down the street. I can slowly tilt the camera down, so that's not the drone tilting down, it's the camera. I'm flying down towards the next set of buildings. This is like really amazing reception, even though I'm getting this little RC signal interference. This is the Gulliver Center, which at night time is really cool. The entire building is in lights. Olympic Stadium. And looking back towards us is Boulevard Lesy Ukrainki. So you can see there's a cluster of buildings on the left-hand side of the street, and in front of that small cluster is a building that looks like it's about 15 levels high, about half as tall as the other two tall buildings. I'm currently sitting in there. I think what I'll do, I mean, last time I went to go out towards this stadium, I got a lot of interference, and it just wouldn't let me. Just adjusting the camera there. The other thing, I mentioned the wires in Kyiv. There really is an absolute ton of wires everywhere. And, you know, drones and wires don't really mix. I'm not sure how good the inbuilt obstacle collision detection is with when it comes to wires. So I just don't take any risks. I mean, people may say this is a little bit risky because I'm flying in an urban environment, likely to get a lot of interference. However, I don't want to hit any wires because the drone will fall to the ground. I'm actually just walking away now from the window. How does the live stream look? Not too chunky? Okay. Shit, remote control signal lost because, so there you go. We've completely lost signal. The drone is, who the hell? Okay, now we have interference, we have it back. So I walked inside the house then, which is probably not a clever thing to do. And it completely lost its signal. What I'm doing now here, I'll show you something. For anyone who's considering this drone, I mean, it takes absolutely ridiculously good video for the price, but one thing that I found was really cool as a photographer was the camera mode. So I've just switched it into camera mode, and this is really like having a tripod in the sky. So you can like really carefully line things up and then click. There we go. We just took a photo of Olympic Stadium, which is really amazing. You can see bottom left hand side, bottom right hand side, the ISO, the shutter speed. You can do everything that you can do on a regular camera. I'm going to fly out there and let's see what happens. Because if it works, this will look pretty cool. I might just go up a little bit. So this is like, you know, I see this stadium out my window all the time, and ever since I got this drone, which is only about a month ago, I thought, I wonder what it would be like to fly over the top of the stadium. This is seriously the first time I've done it. I have a double click shortcut on the controller, which points the camera directly down. So maybe then, just kind of line it up as we're going, we can get this cool kind of flying over the stadium effect, which is really cool. It seems a little bit jittery. I'm not sure whether that's, I mean, live stream, live stream, it's going to be pixely. Just see that skipping there, and that worries me a bit, because this is where I really lost all control last time. Okay, pretty nice shot of Kyiv there. Yeah, so I don't know what I was saying because it just freaks me out a little bit. Okay, one other cool thing, this map. So I'm a little bit lost at the moment. You can see the red line on the map. We've got GPS here. Okay, now I can see my building in the distance. If I just follow that red line, it's going to bring it back right to me. Which is pretty cool. Keeping in mind, again, these wires. So I'm at 74 meters, which seems to be taller than the building I'm in. So the building in the center bottom. It looks like it's heading towards that building. I'm in that building right now. So again, standing inside a building, it's really amazing. I'm pretty impressed. Anyone like postmodern architecture, you should probably see somebody about that. But apart from all this Soviet modernism, I mean, it's a cool building. Look, that's where I am. Yeah, apart from all the Soviet modernism, there's a lot of, I mean, look at those freaking domes on the roof. It's so stupid. People pay a lot of money to live in there. Okay, I'm going to put the map away now because I understand where I am. We'll go down, do some above the ground. Those of you cranky, and then hopefully, yes, so that little building that we are passing on the right, that's where I am. I just want to get past it so that I can go back down and check out the other view without the wires. Okay. If I go out to this building here, it's a pretty cool new building, but yeah, I was just about to say I'm probably going to lose reception, and I already have. So once again, I'm going to try and turn it around and bring it back a bit. Let's go towards these buildings. So Chunky, this is like this is typical of when you lose the reception. Actually, I'm just going to check one other thing. Camera transmission. Okay, we have HD and smooth. If anyone else wants to try this with one of these drones, I've found that HD 1080p 24 frames per second handles it fine on Wi-Fi, not on 4G. It really seems to struggle on 4G from my testing earlier today. What else? So the speed down the bottom, 11.9 meters per second. This is in what's called normal mode. I won't go too far. Normal mode, that's really nice. So again, switch to camera, click, there we go. Beautiful photo of Kyiv. That's in 12 megapixels. We can do it in 48 megapixels. This is like having a camera and a tripod in the sky. Yeah, so I was saying about the normal mode and sport mode. So normal mode, we're going to get up to, let's say 10, 10.5, maybe 12 meters a second. You push it. I'll bring it back towards me. Maybe clear this building. I can put it in sport mode. Sport mode is now activated. There is no obstacle detection in sport mode, so it's not always appropriate. And let's go forward. And you can see the speed now. We're at 18 meters a second. So if somebody wants to compute that in kilometers per hour or miles per hour, it's actually a pretty decent speed. And just like that, it's flying past me. So it's at the building right now. The further I go that way, I know it's going to lose reception because I'm on the left-hand side of the building. There we go, interference. So this is kind of amateur drone controlling, like in a city that you're not that familiar with. Beautiful, isn't it? I just get lost. So what I'm going to do is try and kind of bring it back to me by using the map and by using what I can see on the actual screen. Okay, is that my building? No. And then what I think I'll do is I'll bring it down. It's a little bit risky, but I'll bring it. Okay, there's my building there. So if I just start dropping it now, I'm going to have some wires in the way, that's for sure. If I do it right next to, I mean, you don't know what it is, but that's a staircase. And if I bring it down right next to that staircase, which is this one there, if you see in the top left-hand corner, that's the section of the building that's poking out on the left. And I know, because I can see, that there's no wires right there. So we're getting pretty close to the top of the building. And I can see it. So, I mean, I guess you're not going to see it because it's just too small. But in a moment, I'll just get away from that staircase. So if I double click, bring my camera back up. Oh, too low. Okay, I'm in sport mode, which meant I could have hit anything. Okay, there's me. Hi. Now we've got a lot of wires down here, but luckily I can see them. So I'm going to send it out to the street and to this building. What I might show you, and it's pretty funny because maybe this is the cops. Let's have a look. Okay. You see the car on the left there? Kyiv is an awesome place for droning because just nobody cares, and most of the time when I'm droning, people come up and talk to me, even though I can't speak Russian. I had 4 cops walk past me yesterday and they just didn't even look. They don't care. And when I say walk past, I mean like the drone was flying next to me. I was standing 2 meters from the police. Okay, so there's a little bit of street art of Kyiv. Maybe what I'll show you, I can go right down. I don't want to get too close to that cop/security guard. See, then maybe they're not even looking. It's really good to, like, you know, you come over here and you just kind of want this cinematic footage of some street art. Oh, too fast. And we do a nice little slide up the building. Okay, so we've just got an alert that says low battery. I can see that I can fly for a few more minutes. Oh shit, the wires. I can fly for a few more minutes without any issues. However, this is my first time of flying it out the window. And maybe I'm going to have some kind of trick getting it back into the house. Okay, it's a little bit hard to control when you're trying to do everything backwards. So what I need to actually do is line it up. I mean, my theory with all of this is if I can get it out of the window, I can get it back in. So, safeties are off. That's my window. Tripod mode, and you see the T is really going to slow it down a bit. So, I'm going to bring it forward. There's only like 20 centimeters. Oh man, it's coming straight in. A little bit that way. A little bit breezy. I'm actually struggling to get it in, and it's decided to go down by itself. Just in. Shit. Okay. Let's switch back to this. Hang on, just bear with me 1 second. Okay. So there we go. We're back inside the house. Awesome. I'm going to try and land it on the coffee table.
Landing.
Oh shit. It's not bad. I thought it was going to fall off. Okay, fuck. I swore. Thanks for watching. And now play the cool end credit. Later.